Okay, today's lesson is 12-2, triangles and angles. Okay, so this first part of this lesson is actually quite simple. The first part is really just a review of what we did when we were dealing with triangles back in chapter, what was it? Chapter 7, maybe. Um, so, and then the second part is a new concept. So, first of all, the angles inside of a polygon are called interior angles. These two terms are new terms, but they're easy terms. So inside of a triangle, interior angles. The angles that are extended beyond that polygon, if you extend the sides of a polygon, the angles that are created outside of that polygon, adjacent to the interior angle, is called an exterior angle. So the angles inside are interior, the angles outside created are exterior. Okay, so this is the part that's pretty much a review. The interior angles of a triangle measure 180 degrees. So x plus y plus z equals 180 degrees. So this part, you're going to use a little bit of algebra to solve for the missing angle in a triangle. And yes, you still, even though we've done it before, you're going to do it again. Good practice is never going to hurt you. So, and you're going to show the proper algebraic steps, all of your work, so that I can follow your understanding. So you start by writing down your formula, or what you know. So x plus 32 plus 48 equals 180. X plus 80 equals 180. You would then subtract 80 from both sides, and you would get x equals 100. Now in the second triangle, you have x plus 28 plus 90 equaling 180. So you would then simplify. Again, we're using SAD, simplify, add, divide. So you would take 2x plus 118 equals 180. Okay, now I'm going to start writing this because your book doesn't always show all of the steps, and I need you to show all of the steps. So you then would subtract 118 from both sides, and you get 2x equals 62. You then divide both sides by 2, and you end up with x equaling 31 degrees. Okay, and actually it is a degree. Right here is a degree. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is pause your computer, and I would like you to do number 2. And then when you're done, come back. Okay, so you have x plus 43 plus x minus 35 equals 180. So x plus 43 plus x plus a negative 35, I use the additive inverse property, equals 180. Then I combine my like terms, SAD. I combine my like terms. I have 2x plus 8 equals 180. Then I subtract 8 from both sides to get my variables on one side and my numbers on the other. And I end up with 2x equaling 172. I divide both sides by 2 to get my variable alone. I end up with x equaling 86 degrees. Okay, so this is where the new concept comes in. All right, the exterior angle measures of a triangle. This says that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So z here is adjacent to this angle right here that they didn't label. So because z is adjacent to this angle, the opposite two angles, x and y, are going to be the same measure as z. So z equals x plus y. Now, you might ask why, and of course I'm going to tell you why that works the way that it works. Okay, so it works because z plus, we'll say w, we'll call it w, the missing angle measure there, that equal 180 because they are supplementary angles. W plus z is going to equal 180 because they are supplementary angles. And x plus y plus w, all three angles inside the triangle, equal 180. So therefore, if you eliminate those w's, because they have that in common, you're left then with x plus y equaling z. That's the reflexive property. The reflexive property says that if I have z plus w equals 180 and x plus y plus w equals 180, the w's are in common, therefore then z equals x plus y. Okay, That would be your reflexive property. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be calculating through algebra the measure of your exterior angle. So if you look at this first example, we have 36 plus 72 equals x. We know that, okay? So all you have to do then is add 36 plus 72 and you have 108 equals x. That was easy. Now it gets a little bit more challenging. You have 80 plus a minus 5. I used the additive inverse property and made it a plus a negative 5 equals 2a. So now you combine your like terms, 75 plus a equals 2a, and you subtract a from both sides because a is already on the right, so you need to move the a over. So you're going to subtract a from both sides, and you end up with 75 equaling a. And I put degrees, and it's not a degree. Oops. I did it again. It's 75 because there is no a degrees here. So it's just 75. Okay, so what I would like you to do now is I would like you to pause your computer and I would like you to do number 3 and 4 and then come back. Okay, number 3 is 40 plus 30 equals y, and 40 plus 30 is 70, so 70 equals y. That was an easy one. Now let's get a little bit more challenging. Number 4 is 2n plus 20 plus n equals 4n minus 20, or 4n plus a negative 20. I use the additive inverse property right away. Okay, so I combine my like terms, sad. So I have 3n plus 20 equals 4n plus a negative 20. Then I'm going to subtract 3n from both sides because I always do the variable first because I believe the variable is most important, because that's what we're looking for. So I end up with 20 equals n plus a negative 20. You subtract, or I'm sorry, add 20 to both sides because this is negative, so you add the opposite. Therefore, you end up with 40 equals n. If you got that right, then you can move on. If not, then I'd like you to go back and rewatch, okay? I would like you on page, what page is this? 538. I would like you to do problems numbers 9 and number 11. Problem number 9 and number 11. Okay?